Imagine you are moving through an ordinary day and your chest tightens for no clear reason. You pause, the world keeps humming, and a single thought slips in like a cold draft. Will there be enough? Have you ever noticed how that one sentence can dim the room and make you smaller than you are? You have carried families. You have solved problems with a quiet courage no one ever sees. Yet a stray thought about money can shake your ground. Listen, dear heart, this is not a money problem. This is a language habit. Do not call it lack. Call it a moment when law is listening. When you speak, something larger than fear moves. That is why your words matter more than the numbers you stare at. In Florence's work, supply does not answer panic or pushing. Supply answers a decree. One clean sentence, issued with peace, held without contradiction, under grace. Have you ever caught yourself rehearsing danger in your mind? You picture something going wrong and your body believes it. You feel it in your shoulders, your jaw, your breath. If imagination can create fear so quickly, it can also open a door to provision just as quickly. The same room, the same you, a different sentence, a different picture, a different outcome. God is source. Channels change, source does not. Divine substance cannot be depleted. When you bless what is in your hand and speak what you choose to receive, you change the mold that life pours itself into. You may be thinking, this sounds lovely, but I have real things to pay and real timelines pressing on me. I hear you. Women carry clocks inside their bodies. We measure groceries and school fees and the price of a moment for ourselves. We calculate before we sleep and again when we wake. No wonder the heart gets tired. But under grace, you do not carry this alone. You do not beg. You command gently. You release quickly. You let God be God. The burden does not belong to your nervous system. It belongs to the Christ within. When you cast it there, you go free. Do you know the small shift that begins everything? It is when you stop asking from fear and start receiving from identity. Not, I hope it works out. Not, I must try harder. A woman who knows who she is does not plead. She speaks as one loved. She speaks as one supplied. She blesses the money she has. She refuses to curse the channels that have closed. She keeps her mouth clean. She says, it is done. And then she lets stillness finish the work. You do not need to move mountains today. You do not need a perfect plan. You only need to change the sentence that lives in your mouth. One sentence that does not fight. One sentence that does not contradict itself with worry in the next breath. You will feel it when it is clean. It will be short. It will be calm. It will carry no claws of fear, under grace in perfect ways. Say it slowly and mean it like a vow to your future. Have you ever thought that money is listening for how you speak about it? Many of us learned to call it hard, dirty, never enough. We made money the villain and ourselves the tired hero. But under grace, money is simply a servant, not a master. It goes where it is blessed. It grows where it is thanked. It moves along paths you cannot see when you are tense. Tension closes. Blessing opens. When your words become a gentle command, doors appear where there were only walls. If a part of you resists this, that is natural. We are trained to sprint, not to trust. We think force proves we care. We think rushing means we are responsible. But notice what rushing has produced: a tight throat, a restless mind, a river of what-ifs. Under grace is not laziness. Under grace is alignment. You do your part, and then you let the larger part move with you. You do the next right small thing, and you let God handle the distance you cannot cover. Picture a simple scene. You pause between tasks. The room is quiet enough to hear your own breath. You place a hand over your heart and another over your belly. You soften your mouth. You bless the money you already have. You bless the money that is meant for you. You speak as if speaking to a dear friend who always comes when called kindly. You say, "Divine substance cannot be depleted. I bless this money and see it multiply under grace in perfect ways." Then you stop. You feel the stillness after the sentence. That stillness is work. It is not empty. It is the law taking dictation. Have you ever noticed how a peaceful decision feels different in the body? Your shoulders drop without telling them to. Your breath lengthens. Your face softens. That is a sign. Peace is evidence. Peace says the burden is not on you anymore. In Florence's language, you have cast it on the Christ within. The inner Christ is not somewhere far away. It is the wisdom that rises when you stop fighting yourself. It is the part that knows the path, the phone call, the timing, the favor. Under grace, you do less pushing and more listening. You see the next step. You take it without drama. There is a strong woman in you who has been working too hard. She is faithful. She shows up. She will keep going until she breaks. Today is a gentle rescue for her. She does not need to hold the world by the teeth. She can hold the word instead. The word is law. What she speaks with love, she will live. Let her try a new way. Let her trade effort for order. Let her call this a holy experiment. For the next few minutes, she will speak once and rest. She will bless and not apologize for blessing. She will receive and not explain away gifts. You do not have to believe all of this at once. You only need to be willing. Willingness is a small door, and it opens wide. If you can offer that much, I will guide you. We will breathe like a woman who belongs. We will picture a simple proof that makes you smile. We will speak a decree so clean that your body believes it. Then we will release it into a silence that knows what to do next. No strain, no bargaining, only order, only grace. If fear rises while you listen, let it rise like steam and fade. You do not need to push it down. You are not in trouble. You are learning a new language, and your soul already knows the grammar. Blessed, supplied, guided, protected. Say those words in your mind and notice how they fit you. They fit because they are true. Now let your heart prepare a soft place for the sentence that changes your day. Do not worry about the how. Under grace, the how is not your job. Under grace, your job is to speak the end and walk the next loving step. You will be surprised how quickly the air changes when your words change. You will feel the room become kinder. You will sense movement where there was a freeze. This is not magic in the childish sense. This is order in the holy sense. When you are ready, meet me in the space where the breath slows and the jaw unclenches. Meet me where your voice is steady and small and true. Meet me at the place where women have always met their God, a quiet inside the noise. There we will speak once. There we will bless. There we will hand the burden over and watch it leave. It is already lighter. Say it softly in your heart now as a rehearsal for the moment we begin. It is done. Under grace I receive. If provision were a locked gate, would you keep rattling the bars, or would you learn the code? Money doesn't follow panic. It follows order. Order begins with one clean sentence, not louder, cleaner. Supply is not persuaded by noise. It is permitted by a decree. Have you noticed how one careless line can freeze a whole day? I can't. It's hard. It never works for me. Those aren't descriptions. Those are permissions denied. When you speak like that, you enter the wrong code and the gate stays shut. The moment you change the words, the lock hears you. Law answers clarity, not struggle. Under grace. Here's the gentle truth most women were never told. You do not need to win a fight to be provided for. You do not need to outrun doubt or outwork fear. You are not behind. You are not late. You are loved. And what is yours moves toward you when you give it permission with your mouth. In Florence's language, the word is law. Say it once with peace. Refuse to contradict it. Then let God be God. You may feel a tug of resistance right now. That's normal. We were trained to earn everything with strain. We were taught to be humble by shrinking our requests. We learned to apologize for wanting more than just enough. But humility isn't smallness. Humility is agreement with truth. Truth says God is source. Channels are just pathways. Pathways come and go. Source remains. When a path closes, your supply has not ended. It is simply being rerouted toward an open door. Think of your words like the code you press before a gate. Most people bang the metal and beg. They ask over and over and call it prayer. Begging is not prayer. Begging tells the mind that you are far from what you ask. The more you plead, the farther it feels. Decree is different. Decree speaks from the end as if it already lives. Decree is quiet. Decree is brief. Decree sounds like a woman who knows where her help comes from. Let me show you the turn. Instead of I can't, you say, I receive under grace. Instead of it's hard, you say, it is done in perfect ways. Instead of I never have enough, you say divine substance cannot be depleted. These are not slogans. These are keys. Keys do not argue with the lock. Keys slide in and open what was closed. Have you ever watched how the body answers the sentence in your mouth? The jaw tightens for I can't. The breath shortens for it's hard. Shoulders curl in for never enough. Now say this softly and notice the difference inside. Under grace I receive. Feel how the air loosens. That loosening is evidence. Peace is evidence that the burden has moved off your nervous system and onto the Christ within. In Florence's words, you cast the burden and go free. That is not theory. Your body tells you when it's real. You are a woman who has carried households, calendars, emotions, invisible lists. You know how to hold many things at once. Today, let the heaviest thing go first. The habit of speaking against yourself. Do not curse the channels that changed. Bless them for what they brought. Then bless the money that is meant for you now. Speak to it kindly as you would to a dear friend who has always been faithful. Money is a servant, not a judge. It goes where it is blessed. It grows where it is thanked. Under grace does not mean you do nothing. Under grace means you do your part from rest. You take the next small, loving step and refuse to pollute it with anxious talk. Grace is not the absence of action. Grace is action without war inside. War makes you clumsy. Peace makes you precise. When your words are clean, your steps become simple. The phone call appears. The idea stands up. The email you were avoiding becomes easy. This is how the law moves when you stop wrestling it. Maybe you are wondering, but what about timing? What about the numbers? What about the needs I cannot ignore? Listen gently. Numbers are not your master. Timing is not your God. Needs are not your identity. God is source. Your job is the decree, the blessing, the surrender. The details belong to the one who sees the whole path. You will do what you are led to do. You will not do it from fear. Fear makes noise. Faith makes room. Picture something simple: a table, a cup of water, a quiet breath. No drama, no performance. You place a hand on your heart and you bless what already is. You bless the money you can count and the money in transit. You speak the end, not the fear. You say, "It is done under grace in perfect ways." Then you let the sentence rest. You do not pick it apart. You do not explain it away. You let stillness take it the rest of the distance. Stillness is not emptiness. Stillness is the law at work. If a thought tries to argue, answer it like a mother answering a child. Calm, brief, sure. We have spoken. It is done. You can sit down now. Your inner world learns by repetition, not frantic repetition, faithful repetition, the same clean code, the same easy click, the same open gate. Beloved, nothing about you is disqualified. You are not too late to be supplied beautifully. You are not too much to be blessed. The word in your mouth is stronger than the feelings in your stomach. Feelings rise and fall. The word stands. This is the door we will walk through together. You will learn to speak once and rest. You will learn to stop feeding outcomes with frightened speech. You will feel how quickly the room softens when you bless instead of brace. Let your heart agree with this now. Not a drama, not a performance. A quiet agreement. Under grace I receive. Under grace I am guided. Under grace I am provided for in perfect ways. Let the sentence settle in you like light on water. Let it be ordinary the way breathing is ordinary. When the code is right, the gate opens as if it always wanted to, because it did, because the word is law. Let us lay the ground so your heart can stand steady. Everything that follows hangs on two simple pillars. God is source, and the word is law. When a woman understands these, she stops chasing and begins receiving. She stops pleading for scraps and begins blessing the table. This is not a trick. This is order. God is source means the stream you see is not the spring itself. Jobs, clients, stores, markets, platforms, these are channels. Channels come and go like roads on a map. The spring is unseen, living, steady. When one road closes, the spring does not dry up. The route simply changes. If you confuse channel with source, your peace rises and falls with every change of road. But when you remember the spring, your peace stays, while the river reroutes itself toward you. You can even wave at the change and say, "Thank you for what you brought. I bless your going, and I bless the better way already opening." The word is law means your speech gives instruction to the unseen. In Florence's language, life takes the shape of the words we hold, not frantic words, not desperate speeches, but a clean decree, short, calm, and kept. You do not shout at the spring to make it flow. You remove the stone in the mouth of the well. The stone is fear talk. The stone is self-cursing, pity, and hard names you call money and yourself. A decree is the opposite of a stone. It is a key turned once. Hear this gentle sentence and let it sit inside you. Divine substance cannot be depleted. Say it in your mind without hurry. This is the theology of plenty in 5 words and a whisper. If it cannot be depleted, then you are not asking a weak God to do a hard thing. You are agreeing with what already is. When you agree with truth, you stop fighting shadows. When the fight ends, peace enters. Peace is not a luxury here. Peace is evidence. Peace means the burden has moved. Florence gave us another strong sentence. I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. See how practical this is. You are not ignoring needs. You are transferring weight to a greater strength. The inner Christ is not a far idea. It is the quiet wisdom that knows the next right step and the right time for it. When you cast the weight there, you allow that wisdom to rise. This is why your body softens after a true decree. Your shoulders lower. Your breath lengthens. Your chest feels less crowded. Your nervous system recognizes that it is no longer in charge of pulling the river uphill. You have been taught to earn with strain. You have been praised for carrying beyond your measure. No one gave you a medal for resting in God, for clean language, for blessed expectation. Let me be the first to say it, that quiet is holy. That clean mouth is holy. That expectation is holy. In Scripture, it sounds like this. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Not because you push harder, but because you are guided and supplied. It also sounds like this. Whatever you ask, believe that you receive it, and you shall have it. Believe that you receive. This is the grammar of decree. You speak from the end as if it already lives. Under grace in perfect ways is the safety line that keeps you from force. Under grace means no harm, no strain, no stealing from tomorrow's peace. Perfect ways means outcomes arrive through right doors, with clean hands, at good hours. When you add this to your decree, you give it a holy fence. You are saying, let this come as blessing, not as burden. Let it lift all boats, not sink one to save another. This is why we do not beg. Begging imagines a tight world with too little to go around. Blessing imagines a generous world run by a generous source. Blessing is the mother tongue of women who know who they are. If old habits argue, answer them softly and briefly. When the mind whispers, but what if it fails, reply, under grace I receive. When it says, I do not deserve, answer, I am loved and provided for. When it lists every past disappointment, say, that was a channel, my source remains. Do not wrestle long speeches with long speeches. A mother does not debate a tired child at midnight. She tucks her in. Tuck in your fears. The decree has spoken. There is a simple order to all of this. First, you bless what is. Bless the money you can see and count. Bless the money in motion that you cannot see yet. Bless past channels and future channels. A blessed thing grows. Then you speak the end you choose. Not the worry, not the half prayer disguised as apology. Speak the end as a sentence a child could understand. It is done under grace in perfect ways. Finally, you let the sentence rest. You do not pull it up every few minutes to examine its roots. Roots grow in the dark. Trust the dark to do its work. Imagination is the mold your decree pours into. Keep it gentle and specific enough to make your heart warm. A simple picture is best. The message you hope to receive, the smile of someone saying yes, your own hand blessing a paid invoice. You do not need a dozen scenes. One is enough. Hold it like you hold a baby's face, steady, soft, sure. If worry pushes in, you are allowed to look away and come back to peace. This is not a test you can fail. This is a relationship you are learning to enjoy. Some will say, I spoke and nothing happened. Look carefully. Did you speak once and then undo it with anxious chatter for the rest of the day? Did you release, or did you snatch the burden back the moment a doubt walked by? Law answers consistency. Not volume, consistency. You can be soft and still be firm. A woman can be gentle and unmovable at the same time. That is what decree feels like. Velvet over iron. Let Scripture agree with you. The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and He adds no sorrow with it. No sorrow means no hidden cost to your peace. So when you sense forcing, pause. Return to under grace. Say, I choose the clean door. I choose the gentle path. I choose the timing that keeps my soul whole. Provision is not punishment. It is not a prize for exhaustion. It is an inheritance. You are not a beggar at a back window. You are a daughter at a set table. Now you see the ground. God is source. The word is law. Divine substance cannot be depleted. Under grace in perfect ways, these are the four corners of your room. Stand inside them and the weather may change outside, but in here it stays calm. From this calm, action flows naturally. Ideas come without shouting. The right person's name rises unforced. The small step appears, and because your words have gone ahead of you, the step is light. Let your heart repeat this with me in the quiet of your own voice. I bless what is. I agree with what is true. I speak once and I rest. I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. Feel how the air around you shifts when you say it. Feel how your body believes a sentence that carries no fear. Hold that softness. We will build on it without hurry. Sit as a queen sits, spine tall, Heart open, feet steady on the ground. Let your shoulders soften as if warm hands had just lowered them. Unclench the jaw. Place the tip of your tongue lightly behind your front teeth. Rest one hand over your heart and one hand over your lower belly. Feel your own warmth. You are safe here. Breathe through the nose and count a gentle 4 on the way in and a gentle 4 on the way out. No force. Air glides in like silk and glides out the same way. Imagine the breath entering through the crown of your head as soft gold. See it traveling down the spine, pooling in the heart, and then flowing into both hands. Each breath widens the room inside you. Each breath makes space for supply to find shape. Say quietly inside, God is my source. Channels may change. Source remains. Let those words land. If the mind tries to argue, let it speak in the distance like a radio in another room. Bring your attention back to the gold light. See it brighten behind your breastbone until it shines the way a lamp shines, through a window at dusk. Warm, calm, sure. Now bless what already is. Bless the food in the kitchen. Bless the small amounts and the larger ones. Bless the work you have and the work on its way. Bless past channels that serve their season and new channels now opening. A blessed thing grows. Speak blessing like water over a garden and feel the body answer with ease. Lift the corners of your mouth just a little. That soft smile tells your nervous system that peace is safe. Peace is not laziness. Peace is alignment. You are not trying to pull a river uphill. You are letting the river move as it was made to move. With that softness, begin the simple clearing of language. Whisper to yourself, I keep my mouth clean today. I speak no lack. I bless my money and I bless my name. Feel how those words stand up straight without shouting. Place your attention on the hand over your heart. Let a single clear sentence rise and polish it until it is smooth, short, calm, certain. Divine substance cannot be depleted. Say it once like a vow. Say it again like a bell rung in a quiet church. Say it a third time and hear the echo fade into the breath. Do not rush. Let the silence after each sentence do its work. Stillness is work. Now cast the weight you have been holding. You know exactly what it is. The bill with teeth, the old fear with a loud story, the doubt that keeps asking the same question. Name it once inside and then speak with a steady voice. I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. Sense where the body was gripping that burden and let that place loosen. Shoulders fall, throat widens. Chest opens like a door moved off its hinges. That loosening is evidence. Keep watching it as you breathe. Bring the light back to the heart and begin to picture a single proof of provision. Make it simple and kind. See a document stamped paid in your hand. See a calm nod from the person who says yes. See your own face at a yase table blessing the work that just found you. One scene only. Hold it steady the way you would hold a child's chin so she can meet your eyes. The picture is the mold. Your decree will pour into it. Now let your mouth become the mother tongue of blessing. Speak gently and with dignity. Under grace in perfect ways I receive. Let it sit. Feel how the words lay down a clean floor under your feet. Repeat once more, not louder, but clearer. Under grace in perfect ways I receive. Notice the body's reply. Breath lengthens. Heat in the palms grows. Thoughts slow to a walking pace. Peace is evidence that the weight has moved. If a stray worry tries to come back in, answer it like a wise woman who has already decided. We have spoken. It is done. You may sit now. Do not enter a debate. Do not explain yourself to fear. Keep the decree short. Keep the heart soft. Keep your jaw easy and your eyes half smiling. Your body learns this language faster than your mind believes it. Return to the breath for a few rounds. In for 4, out for 4. With each out-breath, imagine a tiny door opening somewhere you cannot yet see. The right person remembers your name. The right invitation finds your path. The right work rises like bread in a warm room. You do not make this happen by force. You allow it by order. Words set the order. Peace keeps it. Place both hands now over the heart and feel your own steady pulse. Let gratitude rise without story. Thank you is enough. Thank you for what is. Thank you for what is on the way. Thank you for clean doors and kind timing. Thank you that no sorrow is added to the blessing. Let a small sigh fall from the mouth and feel yourself settle 1 inch deeper into the chair, as if a burden just stood up and walked away. Gather your 3 anchor lines and hold them in a calm circle. Divine substance cannot be depleted. I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. Under grace in perfect ways, I receive. These are not slogans. These are keys. Keys do not argue with locks. Keys turn and open. Trust the click you feel inside when the sentence is right. Stay with the picture a moment longer. See it as already lived. See yourself blessing it and quietly moving on with your day. No drama, no bargaining, only order, only grace. When the scene is bright and the body is quiet, let even the picture rest. Roots grow in the dark. Your words know where to go. When you rise from this seat, rise as a woman who has spoken and been heard. Let your steps be simple. Let your mouth be clean. Let your eyes keep the soft shine of someone who knows she is supplied. The gate opens to that shine. The gate opens to that sentence. The gate opens to that peace. Stay just as you are. Spine tall, heart soft, hands warm. Let your eyelids be heavy but not forced. Unclench the jaw. Smooth the forehead with your attention as if you were laying a quiet hand there. Allow the breath to move in a gentle wave. In, out. The body already knows the rhythm. Bring your mind to the space behind the breastbone. See a small, steady light there. Let it glow like a lamp in a window. Each in-breath brightens it. Each out-breath spreads it through the chest, the shoulders, the arms, into the palms. This is your quiet center. From this center we speak. Say inside, slow and sure, God is my source. Channels may change. Source remains. Let the sentence settle. Do not rush the stillness that follows. Stillness is not empty. Stillness is the law listening. Now place your attention in the mouth as if you could polish your words before they leave. Let them be clean, brief, and kind. Speak within or in, a soft whisper you can barely hear. Under grace, in perfect ways, I receive. Let the words land like seeds in good soil. Feel the small opening they make inside you. Notice the breath lengthen on its own. Again, clear and gentle. Divine substance cannot be depleted. Sense how this line carries strength without strain. The body hears truth and lets go of tight places. Shoulders drop, belly loosens. The heart feels wider. Name the weight you have carried. You do not need to tell its whole story. You know its face. Hold it before the light and say, I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. Stay with the feeling of being free. Your chest is less crowded. Your throat is easier. Your thoughts take off their heavy boots and walk softly. This is evidence. Trust evidence. Now picture one simple proof of provision. Keep it kind, ordinary, and real. A calm yes across a table. A signed page that reads, paid. Your own hands blessing a finished order. Choose one scene and let it stand still, bright and close. Do not chase it. Let it come to you the way a child walks toward a mother who is smiling. Return to the lamp in the chest. On the in-breath, the light brightens. On the out-breath, it pours into the picture you are holding. Speak once more from the end you choose. It is done. Under grace I receive. Then go quiet. Let the silence do the carrying. Roots grow in the dark. Let them. If a stray thought knocks, answer like a calm queen at the door. We have spoken. It is done. You may sit. No debate. No speech. The decree has already gone ahead of you and arranged what belongs to you by right of love. Soften the lips. Soften the eyes. Let the tongue rest light behind the teeth. Bring attention to both hands. Feel the warm pulse there. Bless with that warmth. Bless the money you can see. Bless the money now in motion. Bless past channels for their service. Bless new channels rising with clean paths and kind timing. Blessing is not wishful talk. Blessing is permission for growth. You are not forcing a river. You are removing stones so the river can move as it was made to move. Whisper again, precise and steady. Under grace in perfect ways, I receive more than enough. Feel how the phrase more than enough expands the room inside. Not greedy, not grasping, just right order. Scripture says, "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want." Agree with that ancient peace now. Agree with it in your bones. Let the picture brighten a little more. See yourself after the answer arrives. See the way you move through a room. You do not clutch. You do not hurry. You give thanks and you continue. This is who you are becoming in public because this is who you are already in private. Your inner language is clean. Your steps are simple. Grace meets you in the next doorway and the next. If the mind asks how, place a hand over your heart and answer softly. The how is not my task. My task is decree, blessing, and surrender. Feel the relief of staying in your lane. The one who sees the whole path loves you and is not late. The next right small step will show itself without you chasing it down. Breathe again in a gentle wave. In, out. Allow gratitude to rise without story. Thank you is enough. Thank you for what is. Thank you for what is on the way. Thank you for the clean door and the gentle path. Thank you for increase that adds no sorrow. Let the words be warm and plain. Gratitude is a magnet because gratitude is agreement with truth. Now gather your 3 anchors and let them circle once more through your center. Divine substance cannot be depleted. I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. Under grace in perfect ways, I receive. Speak each line as if signing your name to a promise already kept. After each line, leave a little space. Allow the echo to finish. Return to the picture and allow it to soften at the edges, as if it were moving from your hands into God's hands. The moment it leaves your grip, peace deepens. Peace is the sign that the burden has shifted. You are not ignoring life. You are agreeing with life himself. From that agreement, order unfolds. Let your attention rest on the crown of the head. See the lamp's light rise and rest there like a gentle crown. Dignity without effort. Authority without harshness. This is what decree feels like. Velvet over iron. You do not need to push. You stand, you bless, you receive. Speak the seal now, once, slow and whole. It is done. Under grace I receive. Do not add anything after it. Let the sentence sit like a stone of peace in clear water. The water is your day. The ripples will move on their own. Notice the room around you as if it has become kinder. Notice the air on your skin as if it has become lighter. Notice the way your body takes a deeper breath without being told. These are small proofs. Collect them quietly. Let them teach you that your words carry weight and your surrender carries distance. When you are ready, bring your hands together over the heart. Bow your head a little, not as a performance, but as agreement. You have spoken. You have blessed. You have released. You will walk forward without undoing what you have said. Your mouth stays clean. Your step stays simple. Your eyes keep the soft shine of a woman who knows she is provided for. Hold one last moment of silence and let it tuck your decree in, like a mother tucks a child under a warm cover. The decree will rest and work. You will rest and be led. When you rise, rise lighter. When you speak, speak kinder. When you move, move with the quiet certainty of someone who has already been answered. It is done. Under grace, you receive.